Hey everybody, it's Abby. Welcome back to the channel and welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to be doing an update for my project pan roulette. I don't remember exactly which update this is. I think this is the second update. So I had intro in the first and this is the second, I'm pretty sure. The days run together, so you know. So I'm just going to go through my list of products and then show you what I've used up, or my progress, and then what I'm replacing them with. So the first thing was the OCC Pool Boy pencil. So I actually decluttered this in my makeup declutter, so I'll link that video down below. Basically, I just didn't really use it. I didn't really like the formula of it. It was not creamy whatsoever. It was kind of difficult to use. That's why I didn't want to use it. Plus, it was blue, so I don't really have any blue eyeshadows. So, yeah, I got rid of that one. So then that'll be one that I'm replacing. And then number 2 was the Kat Von D Ladybird palette, and it was the shade Harlow. So which one was that? So that was this one right here. So I did hit pan on that last update. Then number 3, it was the Pacifica lipstick, the Power of Love lipstick in the shade Compassion Passion. So there is how much that I have left. And I'll show you on my paper the lines that I have. So here are the lipstick ones. So intro, first update, and second update. So it looks like I've used almost half of it. This one's going kind of slow just because this is not my favorite formula of lipstick. I prefer a liquid lipstick, and this one is far from. Number 4 was the e.l.f. contour palette, and the shade specifically I wanted to finish up the highlight shade, which is right here. So I hit pan quite a while ago, and there's quite a bit left in it. Like, I think that it's maybe about, I'll say between a half and a third used up. But I'm trying to, instead of just focusing like straight in the middle and expanding the pan, I'm just trying to use up like around the edges and wear it down from the top. That way it'll be more progress later on, like you'll be able to visibly see more. You know what I mean? Like if I bring it down and then the pan will get wider faster when that point comes. So number 5 is another one from that Kat Von D palette in the shade Cleopatra. So that shade is this orange one right here. I wear this quite a bit, but this one and this brown one here and this purple one really are so densely packed that using them kind of doesn't get me anywhere. I mean, I see a slight dip if I hold it at an angle, but it's probably going to take a long time to use those up. And then number 6 was the Kat Von D Wolf, which is right next to that, so it's the brown shade here. And I'm trying not to use, I'm trying to go back and forth between this and my Shinexo palette that I'm trying to pan for my Pan That palette this year, and it's just kind of difficult to balance them out. Number 7 was the OCC Skin Conceal. I actually got rid of that last update. I didn't like it anymore. It was just, it didn't really work for me. Like, I don't know if the formula was bad or if it didn't work for me to begin with. Mostly I just used it to clean up around my lips, around my brows, but it was too light for me, so it didn't really work for that either, so I just got rid of it instead of trying to force myself to use a product that I didn't like. And number 8, I think this is the last one currently that I have in this palette. This one pan keeps like falling out every now and then. I have to glue it. But it was the shade Fear Elise, which is this purple one right here. This purple one actually has a little bit of a bigger dip than the orange and the brown, but still slow going. I don't use the purple one that much either. Number 9 is this Milani Shadow Eyes stick in the shade Cafe au Lait. Just a nice matte medium brown color. So I haven't had any progress on this. I mean, I've used it twice, but it doesn't really use up much product when you use it, unless I put it all over my eyelid, but I've found that I can actually put this in my crease and blend it out as a transition shade, because it blends really easily. You just have to be fast. So I think I'm going to use it for that more often now. So I'll just show you the progress that I have between the last 2 updates. There's the intro and the first update. I don't see any sense in wasting the product and sharpening it. I thought about that, but I was just like, no, that's kind of cheating. And then number 10 was the e.l.f. contour shade, so I did use that up last update. And there was a tiny bit left. I just used that up as an eyeshadow one day. And then number 11, this is one that I added in the first update. This was the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. So my goal for this one is to use up half of the pan. So I'm just focusing my brush on this side right, or this half right here. And if you can see, this product is on like a little terracotta plate, and I can kind of start seeing right there the little impressions in the plate. So I'm getting fairly close, or not fairly close, but I'm making progress, I should say, because at the last update I can just see barely a tiny bit, and now it's expanded a little bit, so it's good to know that I'm making progress. I just don't know how fast it's going to be because there is more product in the center than there is on the sides. Number 12 is this deluxe sample of the Tarte Smooth Operator Loose Powder. So hopefully you can see there's not too much of a glare. But the top line is where I was in the last update, and then the bottom line is where I am now. So like there and there. This I mainly just use under my eyes, but I have to be careful with it though because it can kind of flash back on me. So I'm doing the 100 days of makeup right now, and I'm taking a picture of my makeup every day, and if my light is bright, then it will like reflect. Even though I'm not using flash, it'll reflect and like make me look like a ghost. So I just gotta be careful with it, but I don't really like this. I don't know. I don't know if I like it, or if I'm just saying I don't like it because I don't like the brand, but I don't know, it just doesn't feel any different to me than, like, I kind of prefer the Kat Von D powder over this one. This one is just like too silky, and like it kind of, I don't know, I tried to bake with it one time and it just did not work. And then number 13, this is the last one that I added in the last update. This is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. So I have marks on it there. So the top line was where I started, and then the second line is where I am now. So it's well over halfway, I would say almost a third of the way gone, so, or a third of it left, I should say 2/3 gone. So I can probably use this up by the next update. With this foundation, it doesn't last as long on me as like my Kat Von D or my Wet n Wild foundation. So I try to use it on days where I'm not going to be like at work for 8 hours, or I'm just like filming or something. And now time to pick number 14, so I have some little papers in here. After I did the declutter, I decluttered some things that I had written in here, so I just kind of went through it, added some new things. Let's see what I'm going to do next. I'm kind of scared. The Urban Decay Optical Illusion Primer. So actually I am using this quite a bit already, so this should be interesting. I mean, it is kind of full, but it's also a deluxe size, so this will be interesting to see how that goes. I will write it on my paper here, number 14. And here is the packaging of that if you haven't seen it. I'm not sure if this is going to be like the Kat Von D foundation, like that kind of bottle where it squeezes it up from the top, or if it's just not going to do that. I don't know. Because I can kind of see the product like separating there at the bottom where it's trying to go up, but I'm not sure if it's going to do that or not. So this will be interesting. I don't use much of this every day anyways. So this project may go on for a little bit longer than I anticipated. Just because I've really only hit my goal on 2 items, and I wanted to finish at least 10 of these by the time that the project is over with. Well, the goal was to run for 3 months, or whenever I use up 10 items. I don't think I'm going to use up 10 items before 3 months. Because I actually, if you want a sneak peek of future videos, I wrote down I'm going to do 3 project pans this year. I feel like I need a little bit more time, because some people do like 1 month and 2 month project pans. I can't finish anything in that time. So this project pan roulette started in January, and I'll probably go until April or May whenever I decide to end it. And then I'll do a 5 by fall from like July to September. And then I'll do the 12 pans of Christmas again that starts in October, and then it goes to the end of the year. I thought about doing the 13 by Halloween, but that just kind of conflicts with the 12 pans of Christmas, because I did that last year, and that was like on back-to-back project pan, because it ended at the end of October, and then the 12 pans started at the beginning of November. I was kind of hoping to finish this roulette before my 100 days of makeup is over. Let me see what day that ends. So that ends like around the beginning of June. So hopefully I'll end up before then, that way I can use some different products in the 100 Days of Makeup. Plus now I'm also trying to pan the XO palette, which is kind of going slow. I'm trying to, like each month I'm trying to hit my goals and then use other palettes, just so my 100 Days of Makeup doesn't get too boring. But yes, there's a little sneak peek of what is to come. I actually have them all planned out in my planner. And so let me just look and make some predictions of what I think I can use up. So I think by the next update, oh man, I know I'll probably finish up the Too Faced foundation, and I might be able to finish up the Tarte powder, just because I've been using other products, but if I just keep using that one over and over, I should be able to do that. So I'm going to star the products I think I can hit pan on or finish up by, or I'm going to put a star next to the products I think I can finish up by next update, and then we'll see if I'm right next update. Definitely not any of the eyeshadows, probably not the highlighter either, just because that's taken a while. And I might be able to use up the Pacifica lipstick if I wear it like every day. So maybe what I'll do, I don't like doing this, but if it helps me use it up faster, I will just put on whatever lipstick I want for the 100 Days of Makeup, take it off, and then wear this throughout the day. We'll see how that turns out. I'll let you know next update. So that was it for this video. It's a little bit longer than usual, but I just wanted to kind of talk some things through. And give this video a thumbs up if that it was helpful. Let me know if you're doing a project pan, or if you have any suggestions or anything about these products. And please subscribe so don't miss any future updates, any of those other projects. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.